Good evening and thanks for joining us. Neil Abercrombie and Mufi Hanneman went head-to-head in a forum today sponsored by the Hawaii Publishers Association. The two frontrunners in the Democratic primary for the governor's race got to ask each other questions. And as KITV4's Demby Fawcett tells us, there were some fiery responses. Demby?
Yes, Paula, up until now in their Oahu appearances, Mufi Hanneman and Neil Abercrombie have primarily presented their positions without challenging each other very much. But today it was a lot more heated.
The gathering of newspaper and magazine professionals, Mufi Hanneman and Neil Abercrombie pounded on each other's accomplishments and voting records.
Do you now regret your strong advocacy for offshore oil drilling, your acceptance of thousands of dollars in campaign contributions from petroleum interests, and your labeling of those who oppose your position, according to the Washington Post, as environmental Talibans? And if you do not regret that decision, please specify why.
In this particular instance, of course, I was joined in the only bipartisan bill. This is what's being referred to. The only bipartisan bill in the Congress to try to achieve energy independence. If you don't want to be a victim of international oil cartels, then you'd better have energy independence in the United States. The President of the United States, who has just recently been referred to, is a strong supporter of offshore drilling, particularly for natural gas.
The two candidates were asked if they were governor and a bill passed to allow civil unions if they'd sign it or veto it. Hanneman declined to say if he'd veto a civil unions bill, but he said he'd try to increase some benefits to same-sex couples.
I do not want to see discrimination against any particular group in our community. I want to make sure that benefits are extended and given, whether you are a marriage between a man and a woman or if it comes from a same-sex situation.
Abercrombie said he'd support passage of a civil unions bill.
And then second, if the bill passes and lands on the governor's desk, would you sign or veto it?
Yes.
Would you sign or veto?
Tonight at 6, we'll hear more from Abercrombie and Hanneman on their positions on issues such as tourism and why each says they would be the better person to be governor. Paula, back to you.
All right, Demby, thank you. Now, for a complete list of the candidates, what they're running for, and links to their websites, just click on the politics section of our website at KITV.com.